Hey folks, I wanted to start off this video by acknowledging that this is a hard season for many people in the queer community. Many are unable to go home for the holidays, forcing a lot of people into isolation. But I wanted to encourage everyone to find something that gives you joy this season. Have it be giving a gift for yourself, creating a new tradition, or cooking yourself a little holiday meal. And if there's any way that the consortium can help you, please feel free to reach out. Today we are making a mini Thanksgiving meal, all with ingredients you can find at the food club and your local dollar store. So what's on the menu? We are making a green bean casserole, mashed potatoes, and then a glazed spiral ham. Yes, you can make a glazed spiral ham from the dollar store, or at least a take on glazed spiral ham. You'll see. Just keep watching. All right. So we're going to start on the glaze, and so in a skillet that you're going to heat to medium heat, you're going to get a half a cup of pineapple juice, about a tablespoon of Dijon mustard, and about 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. Stir that together. There we go. You're going to let this come to a little bit of a simmer so that it starts to thicken. All right, now let's go ahead and do our mashed potatoes. I went ahead and brought to a boil 2 cups of water with about 1/4 cup milk, some salt, and 2 tablespoons of butter. So we're going to go ahead and put in our mashed potatoes and just stir it up. I like to add in like all the seasonings while it's boiling. That way when you mix it all together, it's just done. It has the milk, it has the butter. If you want to add any more, you can. I'm going to add a little bit more milk just so it's a little bit smoother. All right, mashed potatoes are done. Now you can also make mashed potatoes out of canned diced potatoes. I haven't done it yet, but I know you can do it. So try that out as well. All right. Now the glaze has been cooking for about 5-7 minutes. You guys can see it. You see how when I run my spatula through it, it leaves a streak. Let me see, get it closer. It leaves like a streak. That's how you know when it's done. So we're gonna go ahead and take this off the heat, give it a little bit of love, stir it up a little bit more. But yeah, at this point, your glaze is done. So go ahead, set it aside, and let's work on our spiral ham. All right, folks, this is going to be your spiral ham. It looks like bologna, but it's ham. You're going to go ahead and take this out of the packaging, set this to the side, get a knife, and you're going to cut this in half. All right. Now that it's cut in half, you're going to layer them on top of each other. Let me move this to show you guys a little better. There we go. So we're going to take 2 at a time, right? 2 at a time, and then just start layering them. Just like that. See that this is a take on spiral ham. You still get like, the pieces and the look of it and the glaze. You just don't get the bone in the middle of the entire ham. All right, next you're going to take the glaze you made and you're going to pour it on top of your ham pieces. Get all that glaze in there. All that glaze. All right. Spread it over the pieces a little bit, just so they all have a little bit of glaze on them. Now you're going to go ahead and pop this in the oven, set at 350, just until it browns. Just watch it every so often. This gives you time to cook on other things. All right, I'll see you when it's brown. Now we're going to make the green bean casserole. So you're going to need a can of French style green beans. Dump that in there. And then a can of cream of mushroom. Dump that in there as well. This is condensed, so I do need a spatula. Right, and you're gonna give that a nice stir. Just a nice stir, and you're gonna heat it through. All right, I went ahead and combined the green beans and the cream of mushroom, and now I'm just gonna stir them together, have them on medium-high heat, just to heat them through. I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle in a little a little salt, pepper, and onion powder, because I already know that it needs it. Okay, the green bean casserole is heated through. It's seasoned with salt, pepper, and onion powder. Now it is done. Now when you plate it up, you're gonna put the French's Crispies on top. I'll show you when I plate it up. And now the ham is done. All right, y'all. I got a plate with a little bit of everything. I got the ham with the glaze. I got the mashed potatoes, and I got the green bean casserole. Now let's try this ham. See if that glaze did what it needed to do. I expected it to be a lot sweeter. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still slightly sweet, but I mostly taste the tang of the mustard and a little bit of acidity from the pineapple. I mean, it's good. It's good. Like, it doesn't taste overwhelmingly like mustard or pineapple or whatever. I mean, it's good. And this is how my slices of spiraled ham do end up being. I'm one of those people who I just cut it off from the top. I don't try to get the whole spiral. I just try to get a piece like this. So, all right, and let's taste the mashed potatoes. I usually don't make instant mashed potatoes. I make most of mine from scratch. But let's give it a try. I added the milk, I added the butter, I added the salt, so it should work. Tastes good. It would be nice to have a gravy. So if you are able to, go ahead and get a turkey gravy, that would go good with this. I don't think beef would taste too great with ham, but each their own. But the mashed potatoes are good. You can dress them up with some chives, sprinkle some cheddar on it. I got the roasted garlic, so there's a nice garlicky flavor to it. But anyways, let's go ahead and try the green bean casserole. I mean, what can I say? This is usually how much I get on my first plate on Thanksgiving. A little bit of ham, some green bean casserole, some mashed potatoes, some mac and cheese usually. Yeah, this is very reminiscent of a Thanksgiving dinner, especially with the green bean casserole. You can just do 1 can of green beans, French cut, 1 can of cream of mushroom, and you got enough for one person. That will last you for maybe a few days. Right now, I went ahead and made the dessert last night, so go ahead and watch that. Hey everybody, it's Cameron from last night, and tonight we are making an ugly duckling cake, or a fruit cocktail cake. What you will need is a box of yellow cake mix, 2 eggs, a half cup of sugar, half cup of brown sugar, a can that is approximately 15 to 16 ounces of fruit cocktail, and then about a half can of evaporated milk. All right, let's get everything measured out. And there we go. Now let's get started mixing. All right, so you're gonna get your box of yellow cake mix. All right, so go ahead and put your yellow cake mix in, followed by 2 eggs. All right, now you're gonna add a whole can of the fruit cocktail, juice and all. Just go ahead and put that all in there. The syrup is going to act as our oil and add our sweetness and help combine everything. And now you're gonna go mix it up. All right, and when it is done, it should look like this. You can already smell the yellow cake mix and the fruit cocktail. It smells amazing. So now we're gonna go ahead and transfer it into a casserole dish and pop it in the oven, set at 325 for about 45 minutes. But check it, and once it bounces back when you touch it, it's done. All right, I went ahead and sprayed this casserole dish. So now we're just gonna pour this in. all that good stuff. Set this aside. Smooth it out. See the little pieces of fruit in there? And then before you pop it in the oven, you're going to grab your brown sugar and you're going to put it all on top. This is going to melt and caramelize into your cake, giving you a nice little crust. Alright, now that the cake is in the oven, we'll wait 45 minutes. And you'll know it's done when, if you go to tap on it, it's going to bounce back. Or you can use a toothpick trick, and if it comes out clean, you're golden. Alright, now let's work on the glaze. Alright, now we're going to work on our topping. This is where you're going to use the half cup of sugar, the half cup of evaporated milk, and then a half cup of butter, or a whole stick of butter. I'm going to put that in a pot, let it start melting, and once the butter is fully melted, we'll go ahead and add our sugar and our evaporated milk and bring it to a boil. Alright, so the butter is melted, so we're going to go ahead and add in our half cup of white sugar, and then our half cup of evaporated milk. Stir that up together. Once you get this mix, you're going to bring it to a boil and boil it for at least 2 minutes. And then stirring every so often, stirring occasionally. Alright, so it's starting to boil. So again, let it boil for 2 minutes and you're going to stir it constantly just so it doesn't stick. I felt it starting to stick, so I'm just going to stand here and keep stirring it for 2 minutes. Alright, I'll let you guys know what it looks like in 2 minutes. Alright, so this is what it's looking like after 2 minutes. It's nice, it's bubbly, the color is still pretty bright. You're going to go ahead and take it off the heat and then just let it sit on the side until your cake is finished. So about 30 more minutes. Alright, and now it's been in there for about 40 minutes. It's bringing to the touch, as you can see. So what we're going to do now is go ahead and put this glaze we made right onto the hot cake. All over. I'm going to let it sit for a few minutes just so I can set a little bit with the glaze, and then I'll cut into it. Alright, and now this is our piece. As you can see, there's brown sugar on top. I did go ahead and poke a few holes in the cake so that the icing could absorb, but that's why it's not, dripping wet. But it's very moist. I'm not sure if it's being caught up on camera, but it's very moist. You can see there's a little bit of fruit. You see a little grape right there, a little bit of cherry, a little bit of pear. It's steaming hot, but I'm getting impatient and I want to try it. It reminds me a lot of butter cake, which is really moist, and to that said, it's very buttery. It's not too sweet, at least in my opinion. The fruit is a nice touch. It's a nice texture because it's cooked into the cake. Tastes like cake, but also tastes like fruit. If I had some whipped topping, I would put it on here. Not that it needs it, but this will taste amazing with some ice cream. Ooh, there's a little cherry right there. See that little cherry? Alright folks, that brings us to the end of today's video. Again, find something that brings you joy this holiday season. Know that you're not alone, and I will see you next time. Bye!